That's right. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And we just got done watching the teaser trailer for episode 6 of one of our favorite web series, and we're here to talk about it. You know, we want to go through it shot by shot, Dragon, but realistically it's probably going to be more frame by frame. We're really going to fine comb this thing, really pick it out, really go through it with a magnifying glass and look through it. So Dragon, I just have one thing to say, just right off the bat. This doesn't have anything to do with the trailer, but more so the hype surrounding the trailer. Dragon, there were roughly about 30 people waiting for the trailer to go on, but then by the time the trailer did go live, there were about 80 people watching. But in that roughly 30 people that were waiting there, Dragon, I saw so much enthusiasm and love in the fan community and awesome interactions between Just Giggle It and the actors and the fans themselves, and so much hype. And it's like, man, I'm so happy to be a part of this fandom. And I popped into the chat a little later than I should have, granted. But, I was there. I was trying to be there. But but Dragon, that was just awesome to see. That was just, it was a really cool launch of the trailer. It was a great kind of like hyped up event for anyone who's a fan of Just Giggle It, who's a fan of Harley Quinn and the Joker versus the real world. If anyone here is watching this live, they probably know exactly what this is. But Dragon, do you want to give kind of the elevator pitch of what the series is before we get into anything, just for someone who might be stumbling upon this?
Folks, to keep it simple, this Just Giggle It, these masters of comedy in the modern age, these guys know how to do sketch comedy better than the average Joe. They really do. They know their stuff. But on the plus side, even more than they're already doing in the world, they do a web series that celebrates the wonderful characters of Harley Quinn and the Joker. And of course, we take these characters, realize basically in kind of a pache of kind of their greatest hits, the best, kind of the best and brightest of kind of takes on Harley and the Joker. And we take these iconic iterations and we put them in LA. We just take them from Gotham to LA. They're trying to get away from things, just kind of trying to get a new lease on things. We don't know all the reasonings quite yet, but we know just, they're trying things differently. Most likely per Harley's request. The point being, they've moved from Gotham to L.A. They have a roommate by the name of Addison, played by the incomparable Piper Henson. And we basically see the effect that Joker and Harley have on L.A., where they kind of walk the streets with people just writing them off as L.A. crazies. So it's a cornucopia of phenomenal concepts. It really is. Like we have like this basically the kind of the JGI players really coming into their own, kind of playing these roles that kind of are evolving and developing, like Howie, the man from meter maid to henchman, conflicted henchman for the Joker, worrying for his safety, as any henchman of the Joker would. Even Harley, one could say, but even with Harley, again, we've been just to address it outright. Of course, there's an episode 5, folks. You got to watch that. I highly recommend watching episode 5. One, because each episode progressively keeps getting better and better, one could say. And episode 5 is kind of the finest one they have out. But boy, when we get to episodes, just the sheer teaser for episode 6, that might change things, folks. But episode 5 in itself, again, it's we have a change in Harley, which is addressed right at the start there. And of course, we have just the 2 excellent iterations of Harley. One is kind of the animated series Harley, as I like to think of it, and then you have Nicole Dubois, kind of our current Harley, who again is just brimming with sheer potential. And that I can't say she's the I can't say she's the better one, because one, we have they're really 2 just giants of Harley. We're blessed with multiple great Harleys, but I got to tell you, folks, I'm already hooked on Nicole Dubois' Harley Quinn, because again, it's kind of like a Tara Strong. The best way I can describe her take on Harley is it's like the Tara Strong Harley Quinn mixed with Alice from the Honeymooners, especially when she does her impression of the Joker. It's like Alice from the Honeymooners meets Harley Quinn. It's a genius. I know that she was looking at the animated Harley Quinns in terms of, like, she forged her own version of Harley Quinn.
It more just feels like live action Tara Strong. I didn't necessarily get the Alice from Honeymooners vibe, but now that you bring it up, there is kind of a good mix.
I mean, in all fairness, I'm really basically, whenever she does that impression of the Joker, that's when she sounds exactly like Alice from the Honeymooners, when she gets all opinionated. And the point being, it's an embarrassment of riches, Harley Quinn the Joker, and the only thing stopping us from already talking about episode 6 is the fact that we need to get the view count up to 1 million. But hey, we got to 500,000, which means we get a trailer, which we're going to break down and it's going to be great. And
Demona just sent out a hashtag 1 million. Yes, absolutely. Let's get that trending, folks.
This is going to sound silly. I was for a moment because I remember I kind of thumbs up the premiere trailer, which is basically what everyone was kind of tuning in live for. Just kind of waiting for the thing to count down. Because for some reason, I thought like the video, like a new video is going to pop up once the thing gets uploaded. For like once the trailer goes from like premiering live to that, because I was going to be all opinionated. It's like, yeah, I'm going to show you how great this is. I'm going to give it a thumbs up live on air, but I didn't quite do that. So,
God.
But I wanted to. Though. I just wanted to get that across. I wanted to.
So we've got some spec going on in the chat, but I'm gonna wait until we get to the first scene of the trailer because all the spec basically has to do with what we see the predicament that Howie's in. So let's
sure, folks. We will cover it all. We will cover it all, though, folks. Just as it comes, or Okay. Let's start. So, right off the bat here, what we have is the Joker, again, returning after a long while. And he looks great, by the way. I don't know what it is, but ever since they kind of updated the suit and everything, I mean, he looks so dapper, even before what he was looking like. Because if you remember, folks, who've seen episode 5, there's a sequence, for those who may not have, too, because there's a sequence where the Danny character is wearing the Joker's costume. It's the older version of the costume.
And of course, I did put Joshua Thomas's Joker in my honorable mentions for my top best animated or best what is it? The fictitious father figures.
Yeah, fictional father figures.
Yeah, fictional father figures for episode 5 because man, we did get a lifetime's worth of him mentoring that boy in that montage.
That we did. All right. So basically he's he's saying we've been off doing something. By the way, I always want to point this out here because I love they're making the effort now. I'm not saying they didn't do it before, but I think they were trying some things out with episode 5 with the makeup. And you'll notice episode 5, no makeup on the neck, and that's like a pet peeve, but it's like obviously it doesn't kill the show. It's just the idea of the chemical bath Joker versus just kind of like your Joker putting makeup on. Chemical bath's just kind of the preferred version, animated series is what I go for. And I love now we're making the concerted effort to go for the full neck thing here. Which it's the little details I think are kind of points. It makes me even more excited for episode 6. Anyway, so Joker's kind of implying that they've been off somewhere and Harley's just off to the side here. And this is what I love in episode 6, based on this trailer and everything. What we're getting is that Harley just is breaking the fourth wall even more than the Joker here. Just like
now keep in mind, I'm pretty sure that what we're seeing here is just stuff that's shot for this, right? Like this isn't actually going to be in the episode.
Well, yes, but it's on the same set, which is why I'm bringing it up. So it's the fact that they probably.
Right. Yeah, and of course we should cover it because it is new footage. But I'm just saying I don't necessarily know if we're going to get that same level of fourth wall breaking.
You're right, because of course episode.
And the thing that kind of hooked me into Nicole Dubois was that awesome fourth wall break that we got right at the beginning of episode 5 with the whole the guessing game.
Exactly, and also again, I've made the point that in episode 5, it's been kind of going on ever since the first one. Is that stylistically, Harley Quinn and the Joker, they have this gag where, they sort of have a gag. At least I might just be the lone crazy man with a theory here, but I've kind of said that Harley Quinn and Joker's presence is affecting LA in kind of a narrative sense as well as just the literal sense. The narrative sense you have in a way of like things are getting a little bit more pushed and hyper realized, a little bit more absurdist. Where again, like the stylistic thing they are doing is like Joker and Harley can do like quick changes. Like we're like episode 2 when Howie's about to blow up, they come in with like kind of the construction worker gear. And then, of course, it disappears. Very Looney Tunes style. And, of course, we had an acknowledgement of this in episode 5 where Danny, when Danny's holding him up, and then, of course, Sarah says, "Is this going to be on the test?" And, of course, he's like in a schoolgirl outfit.
Uh-huh.
And, again, like then we're kind of acknowledging that a little bit more. And the big thing with episode 5, which I'm going on about here, is the fact that we address the crystal predicament. And when we mention that, we just have this I believe, Sam Horowitz, I believe one of Joshua Thomas's Lucky Charms. We have that guy on there saying, basically reacting as the audience would react in kind of a fourth wall way, saying like, "What?" Basically, I'm thinking like, "What? Crystal's still alive?" Versus like, "What? This isn't the sunscreen I asked for." So again, they're kind of the world is referencing itself, and like in Carmela bringing up the whole like it feels like we're on a soap opera because it's a very soap opera movie. Like she didn't die, she's in a coma. it's just it's genius, and that's kind of what we're at.
Settle a debate in the comments. Do you think that the Joker's makeup looks more black or purple?
I never thought of the purple thing. I mean, honestly, I think it's black, but honestly,
Damona's like kind of a plum color, which I'm kind of siding with Damona on this one.
I mean, I'm for that. I mean, that's actually kind of might be a cool subtle thing that I might not be picking up, because I think it's just like his lip actually kind of a natural lip thing, just kind of with the black on top that gives it like kind of a purple hue. But I don't know. I'd like to think it's purple. That'd be kind of cool.
All right.
Anyway, what was I going for? Oh, yes, right. So the point being, and what we have here is just really great here. We're just kind of acknowledging that they've been gone for a while through, like, they've been on a trip, or actually, again, also kind of a pseudo, we've been filming another episode. I'm hoping they're filming another episode, because when Tiki, tell me you didn't have the oh my God reaction that I did when they said they went to Disney. Come on, tell me you weren't freaking out. Like, that might be a future episode of Harley Quinn.
Oh my God, yeah, you know me, dude. I'd freaking love it if they somehow managed to do that.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like it'd be a hard shoot, but that, I mean,
the only way that they get away with that is if they somehow made a storyline that kind of incorporated, like, we just recently rewatched Batman '89, and Jack is out of the Joker makeup for some of that movie. If they somehow did a storyline of the Joker going incognito, that's the only, because there's no way they're getting in there with Joker makeup. You know what I mean? But if they somehow did a storyline of, the Joker in regular person getup, that's the only way they could get away with filming in Disneyland.
Tiki, that's genius. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. That is the only way they'd be able to. They probably, they really. So they don't have any makeup in Disney these days, right?
Oh God, no.
Yes. Oh my God, you're right. And there would be no.
You wouldn't even get to the front entrance. You'd be turned away at security.
Oh my God, that's genius. I mean, I'm just going to throw maybe a little spec here. Of course, speculation galore throughout all this, folks. Is that perhaps Harley removing her makeup gives her a little bit of semblance of humanity. And we see Harley without her makeup a lot of the time on animated series and such. I'm not saying it's like a thing we'd be seeing for the first time, but I don't know. Maybe give her a little bit of perspective.
The best they could do is like film Joker makeup at the Mickey and Friends parking structure.
Right. And of course, they could always just have the thing where, again, it's called.
And even then, they'd probably have to like drive into the Mickey and Friends parking structure without the makeup, apply the makeup in the car, and like shoot a bit and hope security doesn't see them.
I mean, also there's the fact that again, it's called Major J, I believe, right?
Yes, and I want to bring that up, Dragon, because right at the beginning of this thing, the Joker mentions like, yes, episode 6, Major J, and as you know, Dragon, I was very much looking forward to the title drop, and I totally missed the title drop here because I was just so my senses were very much elevated. Like, oh my God, is this it? Wait, what's going on? Is this the actual trailer?
Yeah, I had a similar thing. I thought they were dropping like a future episode, but it might just be because Major J. Now you say it. Oh yeah, it makes absolute sense that of course he's commanding an army now. He's getting together a crew, which he would be the major of. So I think that's the more direct.
Yeah. But then, of course, if you saw in the live chat when we saw like in the fine print of the credits right at the end, it said episode 6, Major J, and I was like, episode 6, Major J, there it is, title reveal.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't notice it because I was so wrapped up in the thing. Yeah.
I kind of laughed at myself when I realized that the title was like right at the beginning of the thing.
Yeah, I gotta be honest though. Here's the thing. It might. A perfect world, and bear in mind, let me map out how I'm going to be experiencing episode 6, because of course you and I know you and I basically had kind of what I had with the first Deadpool movie, where again ages back I read the script once, and I didn't reread it because I wanted to be I knew I was going to be forgetting some stuff, and I don't want to go completely knowing everything when Deadpool eventually dropped. Little did I know it was going to be like 10 to 11 years. Well, in my case, 7 years later. I didn't know it was going to be 7 years later, but I was hoping like a year or two I'd forget some stuff. And that's kind of where I'm going at with episode 6, is we know some stuff. And again, not just like we're all so special, we know stuff. Like, no, like there was a script reading. But bear in mind, that was like a draft of a script. Surely changes have been made, but also, again, like, seeing him kind of fully list. I'm getting a kick out of some of the stuff, seeing that some of the stuff I remember fully realized. Mainly some of the stuff towards the front I remember more than stuff in the back. Or the middle. But it's, again, so I'm getting like a real kick out of like I had with Deadpool. It's like, oh my God, I remember that bit. It's been translated wonderfully. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. So this whole Disney thing, though, it could just be a reference to the fact that they went to Galaxy's Edge recently. It could just be like a little.
That's what I thought it was. So.
I mean, all likelihood is probably that. But I mean, imagine if there was like a rewrite that.
By the way, they're not fans of the blue milk.
I heard Poncio is very anti-blue milk.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not faulting him for it because I haven't tasted the milk. I mean, Monkey, one of our other associates, Monkey.
I'm so mad at Monkey for not doing the blue milk.
Yeah, he didn't do the blue milk. We have no idea. We have no bearing.
You go into the cantina and you don't order the blue milk. Like, I understand that you don't drink, but the blue milk is non-alcoholic. Anyways,
Honestly, I'm not even a milk guy. I probably order the milk just to appreciate the milk.
That's what I'm saying.
If I give someone else the milk, I just want to appreciate it. It's like, oh my god.
And Josh was like the good cop in this conversation, where he was like, well, it was an alien drink. It was an alien beverage.
Exactly. All right. The point being, the Disney thing, look, I mean, it's a long shot, but I mean, imagine if there was like a major rewrite that you and I were completely unaware that they went to Disney by the episodes and this kind of perk it up.
Oh my god, dude. That would be wild. Yeah.
In all likelihood, it's probably just them excusing the absence for
Harley CAO 13 says, I'm going to write a fanfic about Harley and Joker in Disney World.
Yeah,
and yes, I would absolutely read that if you wrote that.
Link it on the Discord, man, and we'll plug it, we'll share it,
we might even read the whole thing on air, do like a story time on it.
I mean, at some point, again, we're gonna be doing basically once we're closer to the million mark, we're gonna be doing like a telethon of all sorts of kind of Harley Joker stuff, just kind of get the support up and get that view count up to like 10 million when it's in the final stretch. So I mean, if you do that, man, we'll read through it. We'll do it.
Oh god, Nate VA says, can we appreciate the faces that Joker and Harley are making?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's. I think we've lingered on long enough about the Disney stuff. So let's move on to the main trailer here. So this is where we pick up where episode 5 left off. Well, first of all, again, this is a really great acknowledgement of just the view count going up and up, and just
that was nice. That was nice.
Literally, I was rewatching 5 right before the trailer dropped, just to show support, just be excited. I love epic Poncio stance here. I love how we have some epic Poncio kind of standing acting going on here. But it's really good though, just against the dramatic sense of what's going on. Look at this shot, man. Look at that. Yeah. Again, we have the man in his job, the man his destination, how he's been tasked with doing a very bad thing. He has to kill Crystal, who by some miracle, by some soap opera occurrence, has survived being drowned in a toilet.
And this is the big debate going on in the comments before we went live. Nate is a big supporter of Crystal needs to live.
I know that.
I gotta say, Nate is definitely the biggest Crystal fan on the planet. I think it's fair to say. Yep. Nate, you are Crystal's number 1 fan.
I know one thing.
But he says he does make a compelling point where he says when. What? Go ahead.
No, go on. I was just going to.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, well, I was going to say that, the thing with the Crystal thing, he keeps bringing up.
Yeah. He says, sorry, our timing is oddly off here.
Yeah, we got to working through a delay a little bit here, folks. Sorry about that. Point being, the fact that I keep bringing up the Crystal thing with him. Like, if we were to bring Crystal back, the only thing I can think of is that we do like the fake Harley thing from the animated series, where like Joker's hired a replacement that happens to be Crystal. Well, you can't argue with that stamina, Harley. She survived. You killed her. She survived 2 attempts on her life. I mean, might as well bring her back. Something like that. I don't know.
God. Okay, so Nate, the comment I wanted to read out from him is when have we ever seen Harley with an enemy aside from bats? Addison will catch on to Jay and Harley sooner or later, and who else will help Ivy when she eventually arrives? Crystal is perfect for that. So I gotta say, for plot reasons, it is interesting, maybe having this kind of this cockroach that Joker and Harley can't get rid of. I think that's kind of the argument that Nathan's trying to make here.
And again, I can see some story potential there. Again, I just in terms of likelihood, but again, I thought she was just going to be dead the first time. So it's, I mean, honestly, what I can speculate with Crystal is that I don't foresee her coming back. What I foresee her is my assumption has always been back when we did the Christmas pitch. The Christmas in July pitch, my headcanon was that Howie, and I don't think this is actually going to happen, but I think at the time I thought Howie would just like he would hesitate to kill her, then she would wake up, and then she'd insult him, and then he would kind of snap and like smother her with a pillow. That's what I assumed was going to happen.
Ooh, that's dark.
And again, it would be about the transformation of Howie. We're again, Howie fundamentally he doesn't want to do these things, but then there is a little something in him where again like, he has like the whole tacky Howie thing, and the job is starting to get to him slowly. And I think it's going to be about the transformation of this character ultimately. Like, how much of his soul will he have left working for the Joker? How much is going to be like the poor henchman versus like he's going to become like a Bob the Goon type? Like that being the operative question. And that's the thing. Ultimately, I think what's going to happen is, without giving too much away, I think someone else is going to go down for some Crystal stuff. Assuming Crystal dies, I think someone else is going to go down for it. At the very least, for the attempt with Crystal, I'll say that much.
Okay. All right. Also, Nathan just says, hashtag let Crystal live. All right. Go ahead.
Yep, there's the job. Kill this girl. Kill Crystal. Bum, bum. Or I kill you. So again, Howie definitely... Yep, it's a Sophie's choice, to say the least. So again, this is what I'm loving here, and then Tiki, this is what I'm talking about here. We're playing the angle like we don't know how far gone Howie is because we have like a really intimidating entrance for Howie, right? And then we just have this bit right here where I was like, "Oh god," he's like,
yeah.
But yeah, Howie hasn't changed.
That's perfect Poncio delivery right there.
Honestly, I thought the trailer for a moment I thought the trailer was going to end there. A little worried, like, oh god, I mean that to me it was some cool stuff we got up front there, but it can't end there.
I'm glad you bring that up because I was wondering how much of the trailer we were actually going to get, Dragon, and of course it was they could have pulled just a one scene and done on us.
Yep, there's the money shot right there, Hollywood, ha ha ha. And by the way, folks, I won't go through the whole spiel, but for any of you really interested in some Harley and Joker merchandise, go to the Just Giggle It store, and they have shirts and stuff.
By all means, plug the merch, Dragon, because again, I'm tickled pink that we actually get to plug merch.
Yeah, if you go to the Just Giggle It website,
means we're a real podcast.
Yeah, you go to justgiggleit.com, you go to the merch, and they have basically like all these logos and kind of designs and all sorts of merchandise, like hats, like mugs, hoodies, shirts, and particularly, one of my favorites that they have so far is kind of an animated version of like kind of a cartoony Harley, Joker, Howie, and Addison with the Hollywood logo behind them.
Oh, really? Nice.
I've argued, though, I've pitched to them, but it's probably never going to happen because, again, it's already kind of mainly realized in the animated one. Is that I just want basically with this image before us here, I want the Hollywood ha ha with like just like a Joker and Harley, either really tiny, kind of laughing, the ha ha ha, or just like kind of like put them like in force, like kind of more towards the camera with Hollywood and haha and back. So like see Harley and Joker to like the right of this image here. But anyway, so the point being, it's always been I think it's like the indicative image of what the show's all about here. Hollywood and ha ha ha.
Oh yeah.
So that's the show. So it's a perfect image. Of course, now they also have a new logo, which probably be debuted somewhere. Basically, the verse, it's like versus.
I'm surprised that we didn't see the new logo in here.
I think I'll go back and check because I think it's on the root image that we have. I think I lost it. The point is, I think when it's advertised, it'll have that new logo, and that's on like mugs and stuff too. And here we go. When episode 5 reaches 1 million views, I love how they have the disclaimer just to warn everybody, guys. Right now, this is not episode 6. It is in the can and waiting for release. It is. It's in the can, waiting for release in the Josh Thomas Prince vault. Like that vault of all these like long lost Just Giggle It sketches and concepts, and maybe a few actors in there. We don't know. We don't know if there's living conditions in there. So fingers crossed. Point being, like we haven't seen McBride in a while. I'm just saying. Don't be a conspiracy nut. I'm just saying.
Oh God.
Anyway, so point being, it's on a shelf and waiting just for the release because we have a trailer at this point. It's just kind of the shelf and waiting. They've shot it. They have a script for episode 7.
Well, I mean, Joshua Thomas, of course, famously just has a Prince vault. That's one of the things that he's known for.
Yeah. Or if again, just going with the Disney theme, he has a Disney vault that opens.
No, he's got a Prince vault. It's much more of a Prince vault than a Disney vault.
Of course, now Disney Plus
because the Prince vault is like a tangible thing. A Disney vault is just a marketing ploy, and yes, the Disney vault is being permanently blown open.
Yep. All right, so we got some good cinematography here, by the way. I just want to shout it out here with like how he's kind of outside the.
I agree. The cinematography definitely feels like an upgrade from the previous batch of episodes for sure.
And Howie, and I love this because I actually having some conversation during the pre-chat for the premiere with some folks, and they brought up basically Fago Rain. Fago Rain!
Fago Rain! Fago Rain!
Let it Fago Rain like Gene Kelly! Anyway. Anyway. Sorry, back on point though. What I was getting at is, I brought up the fact to Fago Rain, because Fago Rain's saying, I hope Addison gets a pet. And I brought up the fact that we set up that Addison has a pet way back in episode 2, because the whole Howie gave him a ticket, and they burned and let Addison's dog pee on the ashes.
Oh yeah, right.
Reference that Addison does have a dog. There are a few things that we've set up. Honestly, I think all of it's in episode 2, because we have the list of all the stuff that's been set up for the show. And stuff like the dogs. Again, like we were kind of getting conversing about, like, oh man, what kind of stuff would you like to see? And me, I like to see Joker do that improv class, or like the few minutes of stand-up, especially the few minutes of stand-up. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so point being, we're paying off something that, again, might have been a little lost by the wayside, because way back episode 2, one of those big list items was get a new gang, which we have here as Howie's task. He's reminded he has to find a gang, which he has not been doing. Of course, so we have some real quick, we have some Addison and Carmela stuff going on here. The wonderful Katie Mary Garland, who recently has been going through kind of an identity crisis on the most recent episode of Heightened.
Is she actually Nicole Dubois? Not even Katie knows herself.
The real question is Nicole Dubois that good in that? And we know she's a great Harley. We know that much. The question is she that good that she's in Katie Mary Garland the whole time? Is it that
she could have been the one that we were talking to in the High School Musical 2 podcast?
Maybe. I mean, that was a really cool thing that the premiere thing allowed too. By the way, we had 4 of the JGI members there. We had Josh Thomas, we had Piper Henson, we had Alex Poncio. Poncio was in there. He got lost on the way, but he was there.
But Katie mysteriously absent.
But Nicole was there. Oh, by the way, of course, we actually our big curiosity with Piper Henson was satiated. We learned something, Tiki. Tell the folks what we learned.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I might have missed it.
Barry. We learned about Barry.
Oh yeah, right. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, it's like it's not necessarily good news. It's like they haven't watched Barry, so I'm like, you got to watch it. It's like right up your alley.
Well, we plugged it for him, so it's like, come on, guys, you got to watch Barry. But I was like racking my brains, like, oh, it feels like the most perfect show for the JGI members is Barry, and they really got to watch it, man. I mean, they should at the very least. Anyway,
I'm sorry, this is going to turn into a plug for Barry, but I was just watching. Last night, I watched episodes 3 and 4 of season 1 with my dad.
I love episode 3 of season 1, man.
Yeah, we're slowly going through season 1 and 2. Anyway,
okay, so let's see. So we're basically setting up the gang here. It's very interesting when we talk about setting up the gang that we see. It's very just kind of analyzing the trailer here. As it's mentioned, like you putting together that gang for me, and as we say that, we reveal Addison, Carmela, Daryl. I love Daryl.
Yeah. Quick shot of Daryl. Good to see him back.
We revealed those 3 characters. Now, again, it could just be a trick of the editing that we reveal those characters, because I can't say with total authority. I don't think Carmela's going to end up on the gang, at least not immediately. I'll say that much. Addison, of course, the whole show. Here's the highlighted here, because it's been a while since we've talked Harley Quinn, the Joker, publicly, folks and all. I've always argued. I finally gave her some props to it, because again, we haven't really been able to speak to Piper Henson through kind of like the Discord page. I haven't really spoken to her that much on the Discord page, because basically through JG, I was kind of both Josh and Piper's kind of handing it off during the premiere comments. Anyway, so I just shouted out yet again that Piper Henson, the Addison character, is the reason Harley Quinn and Joker is a web series, and it's not like a fan film. It's not just like a short. Is that, again, all the intrigue for the show, the addicting quality of Harley Quinn and Joker is that last moment with Addison, which, again, that's the big hook of the whole series. That is those bloody sunglasses that the Mobius has realized in some Instagram stuff, too, by the way, so to shout that out, too. It's the bloody sunglasses. So, again, this woman who's in this abusive relationship, of course, has some parallels to Harley Quinn and Joker, and, of course, just this moment where where again she sees this and just that the ambiguity that we play with Addison. Of course, the big it's the we plant the flag firmly in the soil that this story in the broad sense is seeing Harley and Joker's effect on LA, which is represented through like one of the most I don't mean cliche in a bad way, but the most kind of like by the numbers, like when you think LA, one of the symbols of LA, the struggling actress.
Sure.
Of course, we've seen many a time in Barry, the struggling actress personified by Addison. So in seeing the impact on her, we have the impact on LA as a whole. So she is pivotal to the entire series, but that ambiguous reaction that Piper Henson plays so expertly, just like you don't know, like she gives like a bit of a smile, but Harley's laughing. Is she placating the laughter? Is she, again, it's like how much does she know? And of course, subconsciously, there's an argument subconsciously she knows the whole time, but it's just going to bring it to the surface. Episode 5, she's in a good place in life. And again, thanks to Harley Quinn, the Joker, she's kind of reconciling a few things there. It's very fascinating stuff. Anyway, off my little Piper Henson soapbox there. Back on point. All right, so we establish our gang. We see kind of a few of our members. I'm hoping Daryl's part of the gang. That's me, though.
Is he not? Do we not know for sure?
Well, I mean, based on this episode,
I thought I saw him in the crowd shot, but I wasn't entirely sure.
Well, we'll find out. I don't think he's there, but I mean, I guess we'll see the video evidence later on there. Okay. So let's see. Oh, here's again, really isn't the construction of the trailer again? Joshua Thomas. Of course, we're doing the Josh Thomathon while we're talking about this, just coincidentally. But of course, Josh Thomas wears many hats. He's director, actor, star, and of course, editor. And of course,
like the Caribbean animatronic with the 1 foot on the rocky boat and the 1 foot on the dock, and he's got the stack of hats on his head.
Yes, stacky. Okay.
I don't even think that animatronic is there anymore, Dragon. That's the funny thing.
Well, we couldn't get any more obscure if we tried at that point.
Oh, we could. Believe me, we could. Oh, we. Easily.
Yeah, I like going for the more on the nose comparison. The man may wear the face of the Joker, but deep in his heart, he's a Mad Hatter.
Oh God!
Point being, we used like a really great shot from episode 2 of Howie just kind of screaming up there. It looks almost like new footage. It might just be an unused angle. It's just like, because he's screaming as he thinks he's about to be blown up here, all bloody and everything. Of course, the to-do list. This is what I'm talking about. Here's a lot of spec for you folks out there. Okay, start a new gang. Sorry, not the best angle here. Okay. Start a new gang. Establish
episode 2. Ring any bells?
Yep. Oh, again, I love them. I gotta tell you, I finished watching Boston Legal recently, and Boston Legal is a really self-referential show. Like they will call out episodes, like they'll say, like
really?
At the end of the season, it's James Spader's breaking the fourth wall like crazy, and it's well, I shouldn't say like every episode, but like throughout the season, like they'll break the fourth wall in many ways, shapes, or form. And like the end of every season, they talk about like he's kind of toasting William Shatner's case. He's toasting Denny Crane. And
you know what's funny is the what is it called? It's not a very memorable movie, but The Dead Don't Die.
Yeah.
That one, Bill Murray and Adam Driver have several conversations in that movie about literally reading the script and knowing what's going to happen in advance.
Funny.
Anyways,
of course, I think the original.
I'll tell you about that more in the in movie memoirs.
Of course, the original set the bar for that Muppet movie. The whole. I read the screenplay. Yeah. Point being, all of this. What I'm getting at is, like the end of Boston Legal, they would like, toast to the next season again, in referencing seasons or episodes in their lives, or like, especially towards the end, they got really on the nose and wonderful. Anyway, so I don't want to get off the whole. The point being, we're self-referential, and that's really cool. So let's see. I was reading through the list here. Start a new gang, establish dominance. Pick up milk, which of course we saw that one accomplished. Sign up for improv. The hands obscure in that one. Find a gun guy, find a knife guy. This is Raul, and I keep blanking on the other guy right now, but Raul and I want to say Raul and Julio, but Raul and someone else. It's been a while, folks. Sorry. Find a gun guy, knife guy, and a few minutes of stand up. All right. So the point is, we call back the do list. Also, it looks like, am I crazy? I'm just gonna try and pull the footage here. It looks like Howie has like a man bun or like a ponytail going on.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you noticed that because to me, of course, it might be a Bob the Goon reference.
It'd be great because we know, of course, Bob the Goon featuring some longer hair, and I think it's just because he's not wanting to cut his hair. I think that might be, and you might be able to tell. I'm gonna spec this, okay? Spec this new phrase. Spec is in I'm going to expect this. Spec this. Anyway, sorry. Point being, I think the earlier footage that we saw of Howie was kind of the stuff they shot for episode 5, and just kind of had some extra holdover angles of the exterior of the place, which is why he has shorter hair.
Mm-hmm.
And now in shooting episode 6, Ponce had longer hair, which is trying to obscure. It might be like a little thing. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, all right.
Makes sense.
Okay, so here, to this homeless gentleman. I believe this homeless gentleman to be Chappie. I remember in the script they talked up this Chappie character even before there was a read through of the original script. Like Chappie was tossed up when they were kind of displaying pages on the Just Giggle It community page, which would evolve to the Discord page. I mean, they're both there, but let's be honest, we're all going to the Discord before going. No harm in that. Anyway, point being. The point being, Chappie was this homeless character who's kind of flirted around, just kind of set up, and I think this is Chappie, the lead.
By the way, Dragon, the other name on the list besides Raul is Nicholas.
Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you. I don't mean that. I hope that didn't come off as facetious. Seriously, thank you so much. That drove me crazy.
Yeah.
So again, I think this is Chappie here as kind of our lead of the homeless gathering. Now we're going to solve this Daryl conundrum here. Okay, looking here, I'm not seeing Daryl.
Okay.
Still no Daryl, just the guy with kind of vest going on there. Well,
I thought I at least saw a guy with glasses.
There is a guy with glasses, but not Daryl.
Not him. It's clearly not him.
I would know Daryl, believe me.
Okay.
So he's going through the lineup here, and then we have just the Joker. So again, look at the makeup here. Again, look at that. We covering the neck, and we have Josh Thomas has kind of a little bit more of a shave down on the sides hairstyle, which to me, I doubt it's intentional, but to me is indicative of Endgame, where he had Joker kind of shave. I mean, you've read Endgame, Tiki. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You have like the shaved sides thing here. It's not all the way.
Joker is just jealous of sparkling fashion taste.
Yep. Of course, here, Tiki, do you want to hit him with the Joker line? Because I know you really liked it during the live viewing.
Did you send me hobos?
Where's that Poncio here? This is a great alley. This is where we get again, maybe not in the dramatic sense, but in just terms of like sheer town. This is where we get kind of Poncio going from Poncio to Alexander. Poncio.
Hey, Dragon, I'm sorry, I have to bring this up on air because you remember our little
don't bring it.
the steakhouse. The steakhouse. All right, so the hypothetical.
I almost asked him that on air, by the way. I almost asked him that during the live show. I'm surprised you didn't ask him that.
I was restraining myself, but the hypothetical. Okay, so if we ever do a biopic, we have no idea what Alexander Poncio did in Texas, folks. But I'm just going to say, for the purposes of the biopic, to take some creative liberties, he worked at a steakhouse, like a family-friendly steakhouse, and he was the guy that would tell jokes, at the table that often didn't get a good response. And Dragon, his boss, is this hot-tempered oil baron tycoon type, right? And he calls him Alexander. But Dragon, whenever his boss is really peeved at Poncio, he'll be like, Alexander Poncio! And there right there is the genesis for Alexander Poncio.
I would finalize that one, Tiki.
Alexander Poncio.
If it were me, I'd shorten it to Poncio, like Flintstone. But
right.
That's
Poncio, and then maybe Poncio is the genesis for, Alex is just like Poncio, more like Poncio.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying we work something like that in there. But anyway, the point is we're getting a little too inside baseball here with of course, basically Tiki's hitting all the stereotypes. Like he's in a steakhouse. I'm trying basically. That's what I'm working with, folks. He's just hitting me with let's go with the stereotypes. And I'm saying, what? I want to just make him like a pleasant waiter. It's just trying to be a little funny with the people. Then he's getting.
That's what I'm saying. I totally envisioned that.
Anyway, so Poncio ridiculousness aside, what we do have legitimate kind of like Poncio acting jobs. They're just Poncio stuff here where he's just saying, what? Look at this pose. This is perfect from the Joker. And by the way, new gloves on the Joker. He's gone away from the white gloves to the purple gloves, which I gotta tell you, I don't know if they've gotten yet another new suit for him, but it looks. This is the best the Joker's looked in the series. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I think every episode they just kind of keep elevating the look for sure.
And also, we gave Harley A new jacket. We gave her the Suicide Squad jacket. Here we have Harley Quinn. Here we have Harley Quinn making her way down the runway, featured by Nicole Dubois wearing the new Harley Quinn line here, and she's working it, man. She's working a little touch roller derby, a little touch mayhem and murder. You never know what you're going to be doing on a Sunday night, folks. I'm going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! I'm sorry. I'm just doing some freeze frame stuff here. I'm seeing like how we're working here. So let's see. Might be some new discoveries live on air here, folks. Okay.
Oh boy.
Breaking down the shot by shot here. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Trying to get this one right here. See, I think something violent has just transpired here. Yay. Yep. That's murder, all right. Yeah. See, oh my god, Tiki, I know what they're doing here.
What are they doing, Dragon?
They're in the dark. They're referencing the Dark Knight. Remember, it's the whole like
gag?
Not the pen. No, not the pencil. The whole like, we're looking for new members of our team. Like,
the tryouts.
Yeah, we're being hosting tryouts, and
Dragon, I kind of got that from the script read.
Well, again, I'm trying to block out the script right now. We're trying to.
All right.
Point being, it looks like a grisly murder going on there. Money being thrown all over the place. So the idea, I'm just going to speculate that Joker's basically threw a lot of cash up in the air. We're just seeing them go nuts, and they're probably going to end up, most, if not all, killing each other. That's probably going to be the punchline of the whole thing. It'd be my guess.
So it's going to be like the X-Force.
Yes, it might go the X-Force. I'm hoping at least one of them survives. I'm hoping at least Chappie survives, honestly, because that's the thing. I'm still hoping like we have like Chappie.
The group needs a Peter.
Exactly. Oh yeah, so here we go. We have Harley kind of throwing the money in the air here, like, right. Oh, I'm sorry. I love this. Oh, we explained the visor thing. Okay, so in the beginning when they had the Disney gag, she was wearing the visor. So like now we see, okay, it's like an accountant visor. It looked like an accountant visor, all right, but like okay, they're accounting the money that they've stolen and stuff probably, and that's really one of those gags. Love it.
Gotcha.
Maybe running the odds, like who's gonna win, and then kind of like these tryouts, but bet your money.
Harley CAO says apparently I missed a lot in the trailer being so hyped, and I absolutely feel the same way. There's a lot of stuff that we're just kind of stumbling upon.
Yep. Of course, right here, this to me is the best joke. I'm just gonna go. Episode 6, I'm sure, is going to impress. Right now, I'm saying this is the best joke in the episode, even though I haven't seen the episode yet, because I love this so much. And I think I remember a bit of this footage being teased, but just seeing it all in context here, just the build to it is just perfect here. We're basically Joker saying, we're going to rule Gotham?
Yeah, we're going to rule Gotham City.
Going to rule Gotham City. And then Harley, and this is where Nicole Dubois is just like, if anyone has any doubts, because there are some people who have doubts, like, I like the old Harley better.
Yeah.
They're two excellent Harleys, and the other one had 4 episodes of this one. This will be her second. But again, even like an episode in, not even a full 2 episodes, it's an episode and change. I'm already dazzled, man. I mean, what she's doing here is just perfect, fitting in with the comedy, what they're going for here. Just this whole, like, I love how she's like kind of whispers, you're like, pudding, just, like, Mr. J, like, you're certain Gotham City again. Just like the way she whispers. And it's just wonderful. Just like you whispered, you said Gotham City again. Oh, I did it again. Well, I guess I should just kill them all and start over, right? How it took too long getting them all here. Anyway, that to me is a perfect joke. Look how happy she gets. Like, and these are I've said it many a times, folks, and I'll say it yet again. We live in a world of proto-Joker. This is the year of the proto-Joker. We're seeing also, with Gotham and the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, with the Todd Phillips Joker movie coming out. That's all fine and dandy, but sometimes we need something tangible. And these are those characters realized, folks. I don't know how else to say it. All the best memories you have of the Joker. I'm talking whether it's the O'Neill, and it's the Danny O'Neill writing of the Joker when he had like a series like just called Joker, or if it's your Mark Hamill Joker, a little like maybe Shades of Nicholson, whatever Joker. All the pleasant Joker memories you have, like Jared Leto notwithstanding, all of them channeled right into Joshua Thomas here as the Joker. Of course, Harley Quinn, vice versa. Not necessarily something you've seen 100 times before, like we got with Brian Oppenheimer, which again is great. Again, that's true to Arlene Sorkin, Harley Quinn, and everything. But right now, we're mixing up like where Harley's gone as a character. She's on the Joker side, but also we see she's definitely a little bit more put together here. Like she knows like. Yeah, we're in LA again. Whether she's, I still hold the theory that she's the one who is responsible for the move to LA, and that was like the kindness that Joker paid her. The very rare glimpses of kindness the Joker will pay Harley Quinn. You know.
Well, my theory on that is that they're on the run from Gotham City somehow, or they've got some past that they're running away from. But I don't know. There's a lot of potential there, possibilities.
Also, a great ending to the trailer here too, with that with that joke of all things too. Oh, which by the way, of course, with the Gotham thing too, of course, we set up the Joker does have some triggers in this show. Which, by the way, one of them you can buy at the merch. I believe they teased up the merch. I'm assuming it's on sale at this point. There's like there's a shirt that says "Freak" on it. So the idea is like you don't want to, it's like Joker. It's an image of the Joshua Thomas Joker on the shirt, the Freak down below it. I wish they do a version of it where it'd be Freak followed by wrong choice of words. Or just honestly just Joker with wrong choice of words. Point being, of course, the other triggers, like you don't call the Joker Freak, and you don't, Batman's a huge trigger for him. But in general, it's like Gotham and Batman as a whole, like that's the other big trigger for the Joker. Like those are the two things that really set him off. And I love that he's trying to beat his addiction to Gotham City and the reinvention of himself here. Like, of course, we had the big moment from episode 3 of Harley Quinn the Joker with the Batgirl costume, which we had confirmed was I know it looks more like a costume Batgirl, like one of those kind of the cheap Halloween costumes for Batgirl. I mean, notwithstanding. The point being, though, it is supposed to be the real this is like a post-killing Joker. That's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
As in, like he and I still have my own fun headcanon where the idea is that Joker in his private time, he'll make Harley dress up in the Batgirl costume. He'll chase her around.
Oh God! Oh Jesus! That's dark.
Well, again, remember early in Joker, there's a scary side to that relationship, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like chasing around the room. It could be in like a jovial sense, just chasing around the room and like kind of like scary.
Even if it is in a jovial sense, that's like a Clockwork Orange levels of fucked up.
And that would befit the Joker, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The point being, he brought that costume for a reason. That's the costume off of Batgirl, specifically, and that's horrifying in itself, given how Killing Joke goes down. Anyway, point being, Batman and Gotham being the sensitive trigger is what I'm just going for with that. So the idea, again, he's trying to distance himself. Yet again, he's still bringing kind of tokens of Gotham. And of course, we set up that down the line, I won't say when, but down the line, Poison Ivy will be entering the fray. They've confirmed that much. Poison Ivy will be entering the story at some point. And again, so Gotham will be trailing them to LA in some way, shape, or form, or perhaps we'll get a flashback episode down the line, which again, I can't really confirm nor deny for ethical reasons. Mm-hmm. Anyway. That's the end of the trailer. Just a little side note here. I just want to mention we have really professional. We have actual trailer. We have actual like film trailer credits here, man. Look at this.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm sorry. Really quick. We kind of sparked a little bit of a debate for Jared Leto Joker in the comments here. People are kind of defending the Jared Leto Joker.
Well, again, look, I'll take the stance of always. I still take the Jared Leto Joker. Okay, he may have had.
Just yesterday, my dad was like, "Yeah, I was watching Suicide Squad, and the Joker isn't bad in that movie." And I didn't even know how to respond at that point, Dragon. I was like, "What should I tell him? Should I tell him the behind-the-scenes stuff, or should I tell him the fact that like 90% of the Joker was cut out of that movie?"
I wouldn't have mentioned all the behind the scenes stuff. I would mention my statement, my stance on Jared Leto Joker is always this: there may have been a really good performance in there because again, bear in mind he did go a little far with it in the behind the scenes, but honestly, at the end of the day, if the performance showed up and if it was like legitimately as good as he hyped it up to be with all that performance stuff, again, he was saying it was like I won't repeat some of the things that he said about it. But one thing, it was like some really horrific stuff. He was really, it was like a really gripping performance. It really took a lot out of him. And of course, he got super in the character and went meth and everything. Again, had the performance had shown that, I feel the Jared Leto Joker might have gone over a lot more smoothly. Even if it wasn't like the best Joker, it still would have been like, man, he really, he brought something there. But unfortunately, as I say, the reason we have no choice but to be harsh on Jared Leto Joker at times. And again, this is the best benefit I'll give him is that we didn't get a performance. We didn't get he said it on record, like he didn't get the performance that he put in there because all the stuff was cut out. I know all the stuff was cut out because, again, the biggest thing I was most excited for, the big image they pulled from Endgame, from the Batman Endgame story, with him with like his face half charred in the opera suit. It's not in the movie at all. It's in all the trailers.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how I know we didn't get a performance on him, and that bothers me in no way.
I'm just gonna hurt you real bad.
Yeah, again, we had interesting stuff with them, even in deleted. Like that's not even the deleted cut, like not even the extended cut. We didn't have any of that stuff at all, which just baffles me. But the fact of the matter is, like, we only have like a few like glimpses. Okay, he might have been going somewhere with this, like I'm an idea, like that sort of stuff. Okay, we're going somewhere with this for a change.
God.
But again, it's not much, right? I mean, basically, you have to justify your ridiculousness. I've heard like all sorts of stuff, like the fact like there was like an idea that Batman, after like presumably you and I filled in the blanks when we did our Batman pitch for the DCEU Batman pitch way back when, that operating off the theory that Batman punched the Joker after Joker killed Jason Todd. Batman punched him so hard in the face that he broke his teeth, and that's why he has the grill, and more importantly, that's why he has damage on his forehead, because he used to have a beautiful smile. And that's why he has like the smile on his hands and everything. They went a little overcome the tattoos, but some of the tattoos actually could have gotten mild jabs. That's the thing. I was open to see where they were going with the Joker, and based on all that stuff, again, it got me excited. But again, none of it at the end of the day on the screen. So you always have to take Jared Leto with a grain of salt, because I can't say he's a good Joker. I can't really say he's a bad Joker. He's somewhere towards the lower
bad person.
Pretty much.
Anyways.
But again, had he been brilliant,
that shit would have gone down 2 years later. He would have been screwed.
But the fact of the matter is, had that performance been lauded, had the performance been really great, people would have overlooked it like that. They would have.
Yeah.
That's the way it works, folks. I don't have to tell you. Anyway, so we have like some great cinematic, very cinematic kind of trailer credits here. You're right. It is called Major at the very end here. Perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if they're going to do like given how we had Danny Boy in episode 5. I wonder if we're going to do like a take on Major Tom, like Piper Henson or someone singing Major Tom. A version of it's like Major J instead of Major Tom.
Man. I mean,
like imagine this.
That's a stretch, but I do love that song, so I would approve of that.
Of course. Okay, I'm gonna throw this at you. Okay, buckle up, real quick. Okay. So, of course, David Bowie was a bit of an influence on the Dark Knight Returns Joker. That iteration of Joker is a little inspired by David Bowie.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And what you have here is that we have like a take on Major J, so we change it around a little bit. And while that song's playing, we play it over the homeless people trying to kill each other for money.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's maybe slow-mo it a litto bit, like Joker's kind of reveling in it or stuff. Like,
oh, God.
At the end of the day, he has no army because you have to have the right stuff to work for the Joker, whether it be a Howie or a Harley or fingers crossed a Daryl. Let's see. I'm just trying to see if I want to say Daryl Delaney is Daryl. By the way, I'm pretty sure that's the guy. The guy's playing the DP, the man who's the DP in this. Fun fact. All right. Okay. We know the next episode's going to be edited by Joshua Tavis, written and directed by him too. Big surprise. Again, multiple hats, folks. Multiple hats.
All right.
His nickname in the army was Stacky. Just kidding.
Oh, man.
Of course, here we have the punch gag. Oh, we have the punch gag here too. Remember at the end here where it's like, punch me. Again, he wants to demonstrate dominance. I think this might have been on the list too. Like, and he wants to establish dominance within the gang. Like, punch me, Harley. She can't. She wants to kiss him. It's like, no, punch me, Harley. It's just adorable. I love it. That's great. And the last thing here, we have our little. They're doing. I hope they're doing this for more of the videos. If they go back and they would do this in some of the videos too, where they have like all the other episodes. Presumably, these might be links in the future, like annotated links or something. You can click on these and be transported to the episodes, because then you have episode 5.
Sure.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that brings us to the end here. You check for any lasting spec or any comments we'd like to read out here. I'll just go to the root here.
Yeah, I think we've got it in terms of spec. Love for David Bowie. People are generally liking your idea of hearing that song. Kind of people are now more speculating about what characters James Gunn is going to use in Suicide Squad 2, so we kind of got the ball rolling on that.
Well, we know a few of them actually, real quick, because it is kind of tangentially Suicide Squad related. We know Polka Dot Man's going to be in there, played by Dave DeSmulchin, who was basically the leader of the cult of Jerome in Gotham, and also
right.
Many people recognize him from the Dark Knight. He's Shift Thomas or Tom. I can't remember because Batman says it backwards. I can't remember if it's Shift Thomas or Thomas Shift, but he plays that guy. Remember the one? I don't know anything. The guy at Harley that's like terrifying with the coin flip, and paranoid schizophrenic. And of course, many people also know him as Kurt from Ant-Man. He's Baba Yaga, that the one who's the one of Ant-Man's friends.
Dragon, something like literally just dropped on my lap just now, and it's kind of breaking news. Well, it has nothing to do with Harley and the Joker, though.
Maybe we should. What is it? Any comic book related at all? Is it?
No.
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should hold off on that.
I'm saying it's. Yeah, we can probably save it for movie memoirs, but I'm saying I'm kind of hyped, anyways.
All right. Anyway, so we have Polka Dot Man's going to be in there. Trying to remember. We know we recast Deadshot as Idris Elba, which I think is kind of a. Well, I'm being frank. I think it's a little bit of a waste of Idris Elba's talents. I mean, like people have been saying him for all sorts of roles. John Stewart, Green Lantern. I mean, that's a go-to right there for Idris Elba. It'd be perfect for that. But point being, I'm a good actor in the Deadshot roles. I shouldn't be complaining. Anyways, you have Deadshot. You can have your mainstays. Deadshot, presumably Harley Quinn. I believe Margot Robbie. She's. Let's see. Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang. He's going to be back, which is great because you need Captain Boomerang on that team. Polka Dot Man, and God, I'm blanking on the other one, but unless anyone knows it offhand.
I guess more importantly, people are wondering if Leto Joker is going to be back or not.
I personally doubt it. I don't think.
Same here.
All
right. Well, that's it, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, Dragon, we might as well hype our Joshua Thomas interview that's happening sometime in the next couple weeks. So Get your questions in for Joshua Thomas, the Joker himself. Of course, we'll be going over his entire history in comedy from his Texas beginnings and the hypothetical family-friendly steakhouse with Poncio.
Gosh. Okay. In all seriousness, folks, leave your questions either on the Discord page in the Just Giggle It grab bag or on any of the Josh Tomathon videos, or even this one. I mean, we'll leave in the comments. We'll add them to the list, basically make sure we get them in there. And of course, you can always ask some questions live if you show up. If everything goes accordingly, I don't want to just say absolutely it's happening, but I'm saying the plan is to do this interview on Just Giggle at the channel. So basically, you should be made aware of it if you're subscribed to Just Giggle It. So I'm just saying, if that's the case, we'll post like a little advertisement here saying, yeah, go once we know exactly when the things happen. It's either going to be next week or the week after if all goes well. If it's the week after, it'll be on the birthday of the man. It's going to be on the birthday week of the man himself, like a true honor. Or it's just going to be like to round out the Josh Tomathon theme month right. Anyway, so the point being, it'll be thematic and such. Okay, anyway. Harley Quinn the Joker, episode 5. Watch it. Get it to 1 million views, folks. We're halfway there. We are halfway there.
Howie, did you bring me hobos?